What's up guys, Nick Rapazzi here. Welcome to the Paradise C6 YouTube channel. Today we're going to be working on the Corvette body panels. I have my battery powered orbital sander with they're these new style sandpapers. So they're basically supposed to be breathable, so this way they don't clog up and go through stuff as you're sanding them. So we're going to try these out. I use these on the Bronco and they worked fairly well, but in some spots the paint was chipping off. So I'm going to go over everything with the hand sander with the 400 grit, and then I have 500 grit that I'm just going to go over everything by hand and make sure I get every little crevice to make sure that nothing is missed when we sand this down, so the paint adheres to it well. And yeah, so I'm going to put you guys into a time lapse. This is probably, I'm not going to sure, depending on how the footage goes or what we're doing, if I'm going to put this into going along with painting and just do one big video or do the separate videos. But we'll get down into it and we'll start sanding everything down, getting everything prepped for paint. Alright guys, so we have everything all sanded down with the 400 grit. I went over everything with the DA hand pound sander just because it's so much easier to get bigger surfaces with this thing. So now that we did all that, we're gonna grab the 500 grit and go over everything again, clean up any spots that were missed, get this 3M tape off here, get inside of here so we can paint inside of there and get that all cleaned up, and any little crevices in between. And you'll notice if you look ever so slightly, like there is still some spots where it's still shiny. You want this to be set up to be this flat look, so there's no shine to it whatsoever, because if we paint right over this right here, that will not stick and then it'll flake off just like we did on that, because it just wasn't sanded down good enough. This sandpaper stuff is pretty decent, but not, I wouldn't recommend it for like painting or anything like that. It did get a lot of the big surfaces and going over it, but it was like you had to go over it twice as much just to get it to go down. So we're gonna hand sand everything probably twice. I got enough to go over this thing almost a few times. I just want to make sure the paint adheres and everything goes super well. So I'm not going to end the video here. I'll extend it till tomorrow, so when we go through and do all that, we'll get everything final prepped for it and hopefully hear back from John about what's going on. So hope you guys enjoyed this part, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. What's up guys? So day 2 here, we have every single piece has been hit with the 400 grit on the rotary hand sander that we have. I don't even know where I put that thing. Oh, it's right here. So we did the 400 grit with that different kind of sandpaper that we have, and now we're gonna hit everything with the 500 grit. And then I wanted to do an unboxing to show you guys the new spoiler that we have here. So I haven't really said, I don't think I told anybody what this was. This is a replica of the Super Vets spoiler, so it's more opposite of what the old one was, where the old one was taller on each end. This one's gonna be taller in the center, and it didn't come with a third brake light. So I took the stock one, which is right here. This is the OEM one that comes in the bottom, and on the other one that I had, it had a cutout, so you leave the OEM base model one in, and then you still had a brake light. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim this out right here and put this right in the back of here, just like that. I wanted to do possibly it up top here, so we're gonna see if the measurement of this will fit up in there and make that work if I have to trim something down or whatever it is, because this is an LED third brake light, and I'd like to integrate it into the thing here. But we're gonna pull this out, we're gonna sand this down, prep this for paint as well, and then possibly see where we're gonna put the third brake light on this, so we still have that too. So I'm gonna set you guys into a time lapse, and we're gonna do everything by hand and hopefully get all the sanding on the body panels that we have here done today. Through everything, sanded pretty much everywhere, and tried to hit everything at least once or twice, as you guys saw on all the pieces here. There's not much left that's even shiny whatsoever. There's still a few spots here and there, but what I want to do next is I want to clean off all the parts, go through and do a final wet sand just to make sure that there's nothing whatsoever that is going to make the paint not adhere to this. Again, so with me ordering all this stuff and not ever ordering paint or anything like that, so I kind of screwed up on the ordering process when I ordered white. But even before this came in, I did order a gallon's worth, so because I knew I didn't have enough. But so I ordered a quart of paint, which I was thinking that I would get a quart of the actual primer and a quart of the actual hardener. But what it was is they gave me 2 pints to equal a quart. So this is what actually came in. This is probably gonna cover the bumper, and that's about it. So we'll test this out on the pieces that aren't white already, which will be the back bumper, front bumper, and we'll get those primed and ready to go. But the other ones, I did put a faster ship on it, so it should be here within like 5 days. So we're looking at like next Wednesday or something like that. So it's still gonna be before the dyno. My goal is to try to get all this stuff prepped and ready for paint and paint it before we actually hit the dyno. But we'll see if that happens. I don't want to put the car back together without actually having painting all these before we even put anything back on. So we'll see how things play out and where things go. But I want to get this done and start getting back on the Datsun. You guys saw that I did start sandblasting. We'll be getting the bigger sandblaster probably this weekend, and then the power washer the week after. So we'll try out both, see which one works best, because I am getting my old truck back. If you follow me on Instagram, I put a post up about it. It's my 81 F-150 short bed that I had. Love that thing. I did a Cummins diesel swap in it, and I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep the same thing, but I put a 6BT in it. It was just way too heavy. So we're gonna go with like a 4BT, and I'd like to go manual on it. So we'll see what happens. A lot of stuff coming. This is just a tedious process, and I went and sanded it, and I probably don't need to wet sand everything, but me being the way I want it and wanting this to come out perfect and look good the first time, I'm just gonna overdo it. So I'm not gonna show me filming that. Same process that you guys just watched, just you're wetting and cleaning off the sandpaper as you're doing it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and the update. And once we get the car back, or I talk to John, I'm probably gonna call John tomorrow and see what's going on, just so I have a timeline of getting the car back. And we'll get to work on it some more. So hope you enjoyed this upload. If you got any questions, please put them in the comments below. Please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, smash the subscribe button, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.